Yes, let me take this opportunity to welcome you to today's session. I'm calling Sati, and I will be your tutor for today. And I will be taking you through a unit of competency of system analysis and design. And by the end of this session, you should be in a position to define system analysis and system analysis and system design, and also to have the constraint of a system. You should be in a position to know the constraint of a system and also property of a system. Second, and property of a system. Yeah. So system. This is not the first time. I think this is not the first time you're getting to have the word system. Is it right? Is it the first time you're hearing of the word system, or you have heard it before somewhere? Anyone?
This is the first time, sir.
This is the first time you're hearing of the word system. That's business, right? Anyone who have heard of the word system before? No one of you have heard of the word system, or know anything about the system? Yes, Ross.
According to my understanding,
Yes.
a system is a collection of interrelated components
Yes.
that work together to achieve a common goal.
Yes, that's a good trial, Ross. Vincent, have you heard what Ross has said on the definition of a system?
Yes. It's loud and clear, sir.
Okay, thank you. I hope now you get to know what a system is, right?
Of course, yeah.
Yes, thank you, Ross, for the good trial of what a system is. So, a system is just a collection of interrelated components that works together to achieve a particular goal, right? Or an objective. For example, we have a school can be a system because it's a related component. We have a different departments, but at the end of it, there's something that needs to be achieved. Make it a system. But on this unit, we'll not be concentrating on. We'll be checking on a system in terms of a computer, in terms of a computer, right? So we can get. Let me share with you my screen so that you can check on system analysis and system design, and one of you will help us in building them out once I share with you my screen. Are you the person to see my screen from your end? Can you confirm? Are you all in a position to see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, thank you for that. So allow me to proceed. And as you can see it on my screen, I'll ask one of you to help us read out what is system analysis. Timothy.
Yes, Mwalimu.
Can you read for us what system analysis as per Strong? If you can.
System analysis involves studying an existing system to understand how it works, what its components are, and how they interact with each other and with the external environment.
Have you get whatever Timothy have read? I hope that point is very clear and self-explanatory, and you have understand what the statement says, right? I'll go ahead and ask one of you also to read for us the word, to read for us the what system design is. Yes, Aisha. Are you in a position to read it out? Anyone who can read it out for us? What system design is? Yes, Aisha, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Mwalimu. First of all, I'm straining to hear you. Your voice is low. I don't know why. But okay, a system design is the process of creating a blueprint of a new system or improving an existing one based on the findings from system analysis.
Thank you, Aisha, for. Let me try to put my mic clear, my mic closer to the enemy so that you can get me clear. Thank you for the comment. Hope you can now get me clear. Kindly confirm.
Yes, Madam.
Okay, thank you, Vincent. Now I'll proceed, being that we have gotten the definition of the system design, system analysis. I'll now go ahead and check on the constant of a system, yeah? And the constant in a system, this is just referred to a limitation, yeah, or restriction that affects its design, development, and implementation of a or operation, right? Just the limitation of a system. You only check on the limitation of developing a system. What restricts us when you're done to develop a system? You only check. Yeah, we talk of the restriction, limitation. You say if you want to do something, you want to develop a system, yeah. What are the guidelines that, or what will you put into consideration when you want to want to come up with a system? So in layman's language, is that the restriction or the limitation, just a disadvantage? What disadvantage you from coming up with a good and working system? And I will share with you I'll read them out for you so that you can put them down. Then we get the explanation later. One of the constraints constraint of a system, we have technical limits, we have the budget limits, we have the time limit, and another one you have resource limits. And the fifth one, we have legal and regulatory rules. Environment, we also have environmental factors and operational needs. I hope you have put them down so that we can get an explanation from. You can help me getting the explanation with what you and what in regards to technical limits when you want to come up with a system. What do you understand by the technical limits? Yes, Vincent. When we talk of technical limits, yeah, what do you think are the guidelines? What will you guide? What do you put into consideration?
Basically, these are basically rules set by the available technology.
Yes, thank you, Vincent. we found that these are just set rules by the available technology. So these set rules can limit you when you come up. You have to put them into consideration when you want to come up with a system. When you want to develop a system. Another one, we have got budget limit. And let me ask Ross if you can get for us an explanation under the same. Yeah?
On budget, sir, budget limits talks much about money available for the project.
Yes. Thank you, Ross. When we talk of budget limit, this is just financial. Yeah. You have to check on your financial in terms of the money you have and the system you want to come up with. So you can't have when you'll be limited with the when you want to come up with a project, you may end up being limited with in terms of financial support, right? And you have to put it to consideration. If you don't have that money, just put it on so that it can fit on with your budget. Another one, we have got time limit. Jebor, can you say something about time limit as a constraint a constraint?
Okay. Time limit, it's about the deadlines or schedules to be finished within the project.
Yes, thank you, Jebor. This is just a deadline or a schedule to finish a project. When someone wants to come up with a project, you must have a time limit that when you need by the end of a specific date to be done with the project and the project should be working. Yeah? You should be guided. Sometimes you need to develop a project and you have a shorter time that cannot enable you to develop, so you must work within your time limit available. On the remaining ones, I will give you as an assignment. You will go and check them out and give out the explanation, and we'll check them later. And will allow me to proceed and check on the properties of a system. And on the properties of a system, you will allow me to state them, then we get an explanation later. One of the properties of a system, we have modularity, we have scalability, we have reliability, flexibility, security, usability, and performance. I hope you are getting me clear. Can you confirm from your end if you are getting me? Or I'm breaking. Can confirm.
Mwalimu, you are very loud and clear.
We can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Timothy. Now let's proceed and have an explanation under the properties of a system I've stated. And I will ask Shilomi if you can get us an explanation of modularity as a properties of a system.
Yes, modularity is a property of a system. This one can be divided into smaller manageable components or modules.
Yes, thank you. When we talk of modularity, it's just to divide a system, just dividing a system into smaller and manageable modules, right? I think the point is very clear and self-explanatory, as stated by Shilomi. Another one, we have got scalability, and allow me to ask Vincent Omondi to give us an explanation under scalability as a property of a system. Yes, Vincent. If
Hello?
Vincent is not ready, Timothy, can you go? Yes, Vincent, you can go ahead.
Sorry, Mwalimu, come up again kindly.
I was asking you to give us an explanation under scalability as a property of
Okay, actually, scalability is all about systems that can handle increased workload or growth without significant performance degradation. Let me just come up again once more. I'm talking about systems that can handle increased workload or growth without significant performance degradation. That's all about scalability as a property of a system.
Thank you, Vincent, for that. When we talk of scalability, it's just a condition a system can handle. You can increase on workload on a system will not interfere with its performance. Yeah, if you expand it, the system should be in a condition just to handle the workload. Another property of a system, we have reliability. And I know Aisha, and I asked Aisha to give us explanation under reliability.
Systems consistently perform their intended functions under specified conditions.
Yes, thank you, Aisha. When we talk of reliability, it's just something being reliable, being consistent, giving us the same result under specified condition. When supplied with a certain condition, it just give you a consistent result without any error or change on the result when commanded with the same command. Yeah, when given with the same command, it should give you the same result without an error. That's when we talk of reliability, something being reliable. Another property of a system we talked about was flexibility, and I will ask Ross to give us explanation under the same. Ross, Atia.
Talking about flexibility. Systems can adopt to change. Excuse me, sir?
Yes, you are excused.
Okay, let me go ahead.
Go ahead.
Flexibility systems can adapt to changes in requirements, technology, or environment with minimal effort.
Thank you for the explanation. I hope it's very clear. Everyone of you have gotten the point. You allow me to come into conclusion for today's class and the remaining properties that we have not gotten a chance to give an explanation. We'll do them as an assignment. I will check on them in our next class, before we start our next class. You allow me to check, to go through on whatever we have learned today. So you can just confirm whatever you have learned, just share whatever you have learned today with me. So just to prove that you have gotten something from this session. Anything you have learned, anything new you have learned, or anything that you knew before about what we have talked about. You can just share any knowledge you have about today's session. Yes, Shilomi, do you have anything to say? Yes, Ross.
Okay, I've learned about the constraints of a system, which are technical. Number one is technical limits.
Yes.
2 is budget limits. 3, time limits, resource limits, and legal and regulatory rules. environmental factors, and finally operational needs.
That's a good of you, Ross. At least you have learned something. Anyone else who have learned something? Timothy, what have you learned? Or you can even share the knowledge you had before we had this session with us about the topic discussed.
Okay, thank you for this chance, Molim. On my side, I've learned about the properties of a system such as modularity, flexibility, security, and others that I'll do as an assignment. Thank you.
Thank you, Timothy. Anything that we have not talked about and you feel we should have talked about in this class? Yes, Gladys.
I've learned about what is a system, which is a collection of related components that work together to achieve a particular objective.
Okay, thank you. I think up to that point, that will mark the end of our today's session. And I thank you for your time and for your cooperation, right? Unless someone has got a question or a burning issue or any question before we call this session to an end. If someone has got a question, you can proceed and ask. Silence means no question. You can enjoy your evening.